Hello, everybody. So I don't like to focus on changing the world too much, or changing things on the outside of me too much, because that's a struggle. That's very difficult to want to change this world. Have you heard that saying? It's easier to put on slippers than to carpet the entire world. And so that's kind of speaking to the fact that we can make these inner changes, find this inner self-esteem that makes all this seem so much better and so much easier to navigate. Now, I don't normally like to say how I'd like to change the world, because I like to accept it. Acceptance is so powerful. I've been so much about acceptance lately because it seems to be more effective than trying to force things or trying to change my world by acting out on things out there. I believe there's so much about this world that's so natural. Even death, which is scary, is a natural part of life. So I like to think about that I don't need to change things so much, that the process of getting old and dying is okay. So I don't normally choose to look at the world and be like, oh, I wish I could change that, and if I can't change that, then I'm not going to be happy. Because that's where I came from. That's what I used to be. I needed so many things about the world to change before I was going to be happy. What I'm discovering is that what's more important is finding this thing that makes all of that more bearable. Finding the self, finding security within the self that makes all that more bearable. If I was to choose one change, though, if I was to change the world in one way, I would want something for everyone. I would like everyone to find this inner peace. Just a moment of it. And I want it to happen for no reason. As long as there's a reason why we feel the peace, as long as it's because we took that drug, or it's because we won that argument, or it's because we won that sports game, as long as we believe that peace came from something, we'll never know that it's actually just us. I believe that if we can feel that peace that's always under there, it's hard not to fall in love with it, because it seems to be everything that we're looking for. Everything we do, it's almost to stop all the mental baggage, to stop all the you must do this, you must do this, you must do this to be good enough. You must do this. And we can let all that go, all the criticizing of ourselves. What arises is peace and freedom and acceptance of yourself. For as imperfect as you are. In fact, this idea of perfection it disappears. It's not possible anymore. It doesn't exist. Imperfect, perfect. What is that? I don't know. If I was to make one change in the world, I would want everyone to find this self-love that I'm talking about. This self-love that when I'm talking about self-love, I'm talking about the result, that freeing, peaceful weightlessness. I believe that when I didn't have this peace, when I didn't have connection with this peace, it left a void. It left a void, and that void drove me to every mistake, every hurt, every accident, every bad thing that I did to someone else. That void that can only be filled with self-love. I tried to fill it with being a famous artist. I tried to fill it with being, rich or successful or impressing people, or being intelligent or being right. I was just pursuing that in every direction. Nothing could fill that void but the discovery of inner peace, which is self-love. I'm trying to avoid saying love. I think that can be a little bit, the word has lost its meaning in many ways because it has so many different meanings. So I right now I feel like I can exchange love out for inner peace. Because that's what results from this true love that I'm talking about. I feel like people that are doing bad things in this world. I believe that the finding of this inner peace fills that void that they don't have to fill with all these other things. This insatiable desires. And so I don't like talking about too much about changing the world, because I'm kind of a Taoist. Partially because Taoists wouldn't label themselves as anything, and I don't really label myself, but also because this world, everything about it is so natural. We can't perfect it. We can't make it better. And when we stop trying to make it better, it allows us to be more here now. Which is actually easier when there's no talking. So it's a little bit absurd because I talk a lot.